Is it bad to be happy about new things? Like, first of all, I'm very proud of today's makeup. I'm using feather earrings that I bought on sale this one time. I'm gonna talk a little bit quickly about these clothes. And I actually have a pair of pants on me today that has been a little bit tight. Now they're not as tight, so it's getting there. Hey, welcome to my channel and welcome to the 6th episode of Wednesdays we work towards health. A weight loss journey. Yeah, so this is actually the old camera now, and we are now going to jump over to the new camera. This is the new camera. It's very crisp, and I feel like in the future sometime I might actually invest in whitening my teeth because oh my god, what do you say? Getting pearly white teeth. So yeah, what do I have in store for today's video? First of all, we get the new camera set up with the microphone and some light. Then we also have the update where I started making the gaming videos down to 10-15 minutes, and I think it's actually working really well. Not only do I save a lot of time when I'm editing, it also makes it easier for people to watch more of my videos and not feel like, oh my god, this video is so long, I can't watch it. Yeah, then I was gonna talk about the clothes today. Clothes again? No, it's not as much as last time. I want to do a little bit of a shout out to this artist. I really like her style. I really like the things she's making and creating. I've been buying a couple of stuff from her and I really love them. So for one, we have this. It's like one of those squares. You can have them both as a scarf, and you know, when you put them around your head like this, over. I don't know what you call it in English. I'm trying to use this as the kind of hairbands that some people do. I have put it here, and this one, take it off. I will show it. Do you see? So cute. This is more silk. Really nice colors, and it's a kitsune. Ooh, ooh la la. Makes my eye pop. Wow. Another one. A really nice pattern. Little bit more fall and Halloween. Like there's tiny spider webs and stuff, but the black and red is really nice. Then we have this jacket. It's like a bomber jacket. Kitsune and another kitsune. And then on the back. And then also face masks. If you feel a little bit sick or stuff, just use a face mask. And protect others from your germs. Can you even hear me when I'm wearing it? We have a cat and flowers. I really like her art style and I really like the things she created. And she has a lot of pins and earrings and some necklace too, I think. And also there's prints and other creations. So here's her name and a link to her Instagram, and in her Instagram she has a link to her shop and everything. Okay, so moving on forward. It is the start of Christmas. I'm gonna try and do a little bit more and more of Christmassy themes and stuff. Just hang on. So a little bit more of Christmas themes. I don't have so much Christmassy stuff to put in the background. We do have these lights. These lights are called blöt snö, and I bought them at IKEA. I should have planned out this video a little bit more. Let's go to the update. So last update, last week, I was talking about how the scale had stood still, how I had a lot of sore muscles, and yeah, I lost 0.1, actually didn't lose any weight. So then we have a week again where approximately 1.5 kilo has disappeared this week. My theory this time is that one effective method. This is just a very big guess from my side. What I have done differently this week is that I've been using the bicycle a lot. I've heard it's really good to aim for at least 30 minutes, almost preferably towards 45 minutes to an hour is really good. Then that burning session will continue to burn for a lot of hours. That's what I've learned sometime a while back. Like, it is quite a difference between the two scales. The old one says that 1.5 kilos has disappeared, and the new old one says that 0.6 has disappeared. But in the beginning it was also a big difference between the two scales, and my old one keeps fluctuating, and the old new one also kind of fluctuated a little bit and made these weird things. So I'm not really sure, but we have 0.6 towards 1.5 kilo. 0.6 kilos is still 0.5 in the goal of the week. But if you're gonna follow what old scale said, 1.5 kilo is not bad. Then we could say that these weeks that have been standing still, ta-da, now we have made up for that. Anyways, the good news is it has continued to go down a bit. And today I could finally, on both scales, see 76.9. So it's close to 77, but 76. I could finally see 76 on the scale. Yay! Every day it's a little bit better. Every week you're getting there. Every month, yeah, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. I also took measurements of my stomach today. I think in the last video I said it was 92 centimeters, and today when I measured it was 90. I do have a little bit of fluctuation between 90 to 91. Like depending on what I eat, it can fluctuate up a little bit towards 91 centimeters, 91.5 even. So overall it's been a lot of nice updates for this episode. Like of course I'm not gonna say that the last episodes has not been good. There's still been a lot of learning and a lot of progress, so it's still all good. Doing a weight loss journey, depending on who you are and what you're dealing with and everything, it is a lot of struggles, and some struggle more than others. More so, it is quite a big mental struggle. You do struggle a lot against your mind. For me, under this not so very long journey right now, it's already been quite a lot of struggles. Another topic for this week, like I thought I would talk a little bit about my own view on my body, how it was before and how it has changed towards now. When I was a child, I was kind of normal, thin, like just normal, whatever normal is. I wasn't overweight, I wasn't underweight, I was just there somewhere in between. And then in my teenage years, we started coming into this whole fact of starting a new school, meeting new people, and I wasn't so very well aware of how the dudes were thinking or what they were doing. I was mostly aware of how the girls were thinking and doing, and I remember really not fitting in at all. I liked watching movies, playing games, and just being nerdy, and didn't think about clothes, fashion, makeup, or even doing pretty much anything at all to just fix my face a little bit, you know, fix the eyebrows a little bit or fix your hair a little bit. It was just very easy and very sloppy, but I was very well aware how the other girls were doing and how much they were caring about their looks and doing a little bit of makeup or a lot of makeup or fixing their hair or getting bulimia because they were so into this whole you have to look a certain way and be thin and all of these things. I know I myself didn't feel like I fitted in because I didn't feel attractive, I didn't feel like the other girls, I didn't feel like I would ever get a boyfriend, I didn't feel like... I also started getting stuck in that whole, oh, you have to have a boyfriend, oh, you have to have a boyfriend. If you don't have a boyfriend and guys aren't really looking or hitting at you or talking with you, then you're a bit of a loser. But it's just not true. It's just, if it was today, I would know that it's not true. You don't have to have a boyfriend, that's just bullshit. But yeah, so I was a little bit of the clown in the group. I don't know, I never felt like a part of that girl group that was in my class. And I never did find any other friends outside of them. Mostly I just felt like they were being nice to me, like letting me hang with them and letting me be with them. And then moving forward a couple of years, high school or gymnasium, here we say in Sweden, gymnasium. Yeah, so around those years I started gaining a little bit more weight, I think. But those years were very dark, so I wasn't really thinking that much about that fact. My brain was really not into that part and like, oh no, I'm gaining weight. I was already feeling a lot like a loser back then and I didn't fit in anywhere and I was really sad all the time and crying all the time. Like overall I didn't have the worst childhood, I'm not saying that. But in my head, in my mind, in my inside, I was a very sad child. It was tons of self-hatred, tons of self-loathing, tons of not liking myself, others, or a lot of things, and a lot of extremely negative, just a lot of negative thinking, okay? And then when those school years was coming to an end, I did meet a guy back then and we started, yeah, there's a lot of details and a lot of things I don't remember. I think I started getting into like reading about relationships and how you should act in them, like getting magazines where they talk about relationships and all of this. When getting these magazines, I think, this is just a really wild guess, maybe it was in those magazines that I started noticing more and more of this, how girls were looking, and everyone was like, you know, slim and very thin, and there was a lot of articles about losing weight and all of this blah 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 blah. Like, I don't remember where I actually started getting into this whole fact of looking a certain way and being a certain weight and getting too much fat on your body is unhealthy, and all of those details. I don't remember where it even started. I can guess that looking at those magazines I probably get more and more influenced to focus on weight and focus on these things. I think I have some like photographs. Yeah, I do have some digital photographs from. So I thought I would add a section where I'm actually looking through pictures. So I did spend quite a lot of time looking at pictures, but it was really nice. It's a lot of good memories in there. Also a lot of bad ones, but I would say the good ones outweigh bad ones. We're gonna take a little walk down memory lane. It will jump a bit through the years. Like this very, very first one is in my teenage years. I don't know which age I am in here. I did have a habit of taking pictures like this. I really don't know why, so don't ask me why I take pictures like this. And yeah, I was mentioning, or I'm gonna mention sometime in the video, that my teenage years was very negative. A lot of negative mindsets, a lot of negative thinking, negative feelings, a lot of negativity going on in my head. Anyways, what we're gonna focus on in these pictures is more so how I look in the matter of weight. For fun, we will also, of course, see some, we will see some things that I am not super proud of. It is a thing of my past. It's there. I can't change it now. From teenage years, early teenage years, we jump directly towards when school has ended for me. When graduation, when you graduate school, I remember that I had gone up quite a lot in weight. And I didn't like wearing tight clothes or anything like that. And you can see in my face that I have quite a lot of weight around my face here. Still quite a negative state, so not the happiest person, not the happiest person. It is a little bit sad to think back and remember how negative and sad I was, because moments like this only happen once in your life, and in some ways I feel like because I was in such a negative state, I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate everything. I tried to force myself to say more thank you because I knew that people were doing good things for me. So I tried to force it and learn to actually say a lot of thank you and appreciate what people were doing, even though I didn't feel happy, because I wanted to at least give it back and give a feeling for them, like, I do notice that you're doing these good things for me. Still very aware of the people around me and their feelings, and trying to not only think about myself and not only, so I'm going out on a tangent here on other things anyways, but this is also around the time when I actually started to exercise my mind into more positive thinking, and slowly and surely I started learning to have more positive thinking in pretty much everything, and start to appreciate more and more what people were doing for me, and appreciate things that happen in life, and starting getting into more of this philosophy things and changing the mindset, and everything that is negative you can turn into something positive, and etc, etc. So this is the turning point where I actually started to try and change my life. But yeah, when school here ended, I was quite high in weight, around 70 to 73 kilos. I remember because back then 73 kilos was my highest weight. This is a year later. I did mention, or I will mention, that I wasn't into fashion, I wasn't into really fixing my face. I was a lot of into Sasuke, that's why I have black hair. So I colored it, but usually the hair just grew out and then it just flip around. I didn't really do anything with it. This is 1.5 years later. Started to try and work out around here. I remember when I hit 73, I was really like, I'm never getting higher than this. I did say it back then. I said I would never get higher than this. I was definitely getting conscious about the fact that I was getting overweight, or I was practically. I was a little bit overweight. Like I was very conscious because I knew how I looked in pictures. I knew how I looked all the time. I didn't really like having my picture taken. I always knew that my chin looked like this. I always knew that I looked a little bit unkept and a little bit all of this. So this is half a year later. I know it's a blurry picture, but so it is a little bit hard to see, but it looks like I had lost a little bit of weight here. Baggy clothes, so it's a little bit hard to see. I probably had a little bit of tummy. I don't know, when I was looking through these pictures, I also felt a lot of, like, I don't know, I laugh at myself because now when I look back, I don't think I look like that bad. I looked a little bit unkept, and the fact that I colored my hair black and then it usually just grew out and I got this a little bit stripy looking hair. But yeah, I do laugh at myself a little bit. The faces I make. And here's another funny face I make. So I did keep that black hair for quite a while. This is just a couple of months later after the last picture. I would say I'm like in the middle. I'm not skinny, I'm not really overweight. I'm just, and here we jump a couple of years, I think. Well, that is actually not that far. It's almost a full year, but you can clearly see here that I have lost quite a lot of weight. And again, another hairdo that I thought it was really cool. But yeah, you can start seeing the collarbones and stuff like that. That means that quite a lot of fat and such has disappeared, so you can't see that much muscles, so it's not hard workout, it's just tiny easy workouts. I never was into working out a lot when I was younger. What was I thinking? Experimenting, you know. Ooh, it hurts. Here it's still here, but I think this is like one of the first times in so many years that I actually decided to wear a dress. I would say it looks quite good. I kind of like this. Here's the hair. The hair is a question mark, and here is from a little bit of side. Ooh. Yeah, and thin eyebrows. Was that still a thing in 2010, or maybe I'm just slow? I did bloom late. I did grow up very late and became a mature human being quite late. So this part about my legs has always been a trouble area. I always felt like this area is very stubby. It's always been a thing that I've been bothered about. I think this is maybe 60 towards 65, so you can see the collarbones a little bit. I do have a little bit more of a chin, not so much like it's like now. It's about the same. It's the same year, a couple of months later. Still we can see a little bit of jawline. I don't have so much floof underneath don't have so much of the floof underneath here. Like when I actually look down, it doesn't floof up. A little bit of a chin. Help. I think with the years here, my eyebrows just keep disappearing more and more. And here we have one of these. Is this still around 60 kilos? Okay, so here is where we've taken a big jump. This is actually 2.5 years later. There's probably some pictures in between because I did take a lot of pictures. But this is 2.5 years later. And this is when I was in the university. And this is around the area where a lot of the studies and everything just started to... Yeah, there was a lot of things happening at the time. I wasn't this skinny. I'm doing one of these things where you pull your stomach in. Like you use the air to really suck in the stomach. I can't pull in my stomach like this now. And this is the moment where I'm going under 60 kilos. 55 to 60, I'm not sure. Because the arms and the stomach still had a little bit of fat on it. Like I had lost most of my muscles. This is also around the same time. So yeah, I think 55 to 60 maybe. You can quite see the collarbones and that my arms are a bit skinny. Like it's not much muscles, it's a little bit of fat around there. So yeah, heavy censoring, but you can see how very, very skinny I am. And this is the kind of body I really sought for when I was younger. But here also comes the whole fact of body dysmorphia. When I was this size, I was really happy with it. I was a lot in that whole area of, ooh, I have more of the petite body that I really always wanted. But at the same time, I didn't really
appreciate it 100%. Like, I still felt like something was missing. It's still a little bit of fat on the body. It's still a little bit of fat on the stomach. I couldn't see the full picture of how I actually looked. Cute petite girl that I always wanted to be. This is when I am at 53 kilos. And you can really see how thin my arms have gotten. Like, where's the muscles? Where's the muscles, man? Not so strong, very slender. But yeah, I was quite happy with this look. I was quite satisfied that I did get quite a lot of compliments. People really did like how I was looking. But the cost for me to be at this size, the cost for me to get to this size, I would have never been this size if I had ever, like, I would never have been that size if I had never ever fallen into the stress and the psychological and mental issues that I did suffer. If I had been just normal and a very happy person and always just been up and about it, I would never be that thin. Like, ever. Not in a million years. I would never be that thin. I was only that thin because I was so stressed and I was feeling like shit. Yeah, this is just a couple of months. Now, here I am in Japan. I don't think much have changed in weight. Maybe I've gained like 1 kg. This was around the time when I actually started slowly but surely get better at eating again. I was getting out of my getting out of my eating disorder, and I was starting to get back to eating a bit normally again. And you can kind of see like the skinny fat. I've always had this area is a like fatty area for me, but I also have a little bit of a thigh gap here. A thing that I cannot easily acquire. A thigh gap is not my deal. When I look at it now, it's like really, wow, so skinny. And for people who are skinny today and really love their body and have that kind of body, I am not saying skinny as in, oh my god, ew. I'm saying, oh my god, skinny, because I never looked like that. If I'm gonna be that skinny, it takes so much work or a long period of stress, anxiety, panic attacks, etc. And I'm hoping I will never go through that ordeal again. But when I look at it like this now, so many years later, and after I've gained and looked at my body at 80 kilos and 78 kilos for like 2-3 years now, wow. And still I do that. And still I do this. Squeeze my tummy and be like, yeah, I'm gonna work out because then I will build muscles and get away this little fat lump. It was actually a good thought, like to actually build some muscles and get a little bit healthier. So my mentality was going towards the right area. I was getting back into eating. I was getting more into working out and trying more and more towards healthy. So it's a good thing that I was starting to think. It just took many years before I actually really got there. Like, again, pushing at the little stomach like, fat, and not really seeing the full picture of, dude, do you see how you look? And I had at my highest weight been up at 73 and now I was down at 53, and that is already a difference of 20 kilos. And now later, with a healthier mindset and healthier mentality and everything, healthier attitude, I have been my highest at 83, and that's 30 kilos from this. So this is why I'm not really sure I can diagnose it as body dysmorphia, but it was towards that kind of thinking. It was towards that kind of thinking. And I did take out this picture because when I was looking at these pictures, a lot of pictures of my face, you can kind of see how I look a bit tired and lethargic. A lot because of not getting enough nutrients, a lot because of all the stress and panic attacks and all of this that I had gone through, all of the disrupted sleeping. It really took a toll on my mentality and quite a lot on my looks too. At least what I feel when I have taken certain pictures. I could really see it in my face that I have a lot of pictures with kind of, you can really see the dark circles. Gloomy, the skin, the eyes, underneath the eyes, it looks a little bit gloomy. I've always kind of looked like that, and depending on the pictures, I kind of look like that. But especially around this time, I really have a lot of pictures where it just really shows. And this is also one of the pictures where you could see, at least what I feel, I can kind of see, I was still quite a bit gloomy. I still had trouble sleeping a bit and can kind of see underneath the eyes here, how tired they are. But I think towards this area I had gained a little bit of weight, because when I was in Japan I did gradually go up towards 60 kilos again, 61 kilos even. When I left Japan I was at 61, 62 kilos again, because it was a lot of good food there and a lot of candy and stuff to eat. So like overall I was just happy to get back to eating food again and being able to enjoy and eat things. I definitely started gaining a little bit of weight back here again. Just a little bit, but good enough to actually start looking a bit better, like looking a bit healthier. Oh, Japan, it was so much fun. And I did really try to get out of my comfort zone and wear the shorts, even though I always felt like this area around my thighs was really a problem area for me. Wearing shorts I've never felt comfortable with, because I always have fat here and it's not comfortable. But here I actually tried to get out of my comfort zone and be like, ooh, but I am very skinny right now. I could probably pull off wearing these kind of short shorts. I would say it works. It works. And I have so many good memories from Japan. We had so much fun. I'm so happy I was able to do it and met so many fun and wonderful people. Such good memories. This is almost when the travel was over. It's one and a half month before I went home, and I would say you can see in this picture now here I have gained a couple of kilos back. I'm probably towards 60 kilos or something like that. Yeah, it's different light, it's a little bit a different setting and everything, so of course that do make a difference in pictures. You can kind of see, at least in this, what I feel at least is you can see in this picture that I do look more healthy. I do look a little bit more alive. I don't have too much dark circles under my eyes and all that crazy stuff. And that hairdo looked very good. I really like this one. It was really good. But yeah, I look much more healthier. I can't see the same tiredness and all of that in these pictures. And then this again. Yep, again I went back to bleaching my hair and wanted to go towards pink and play with pink hair, and couldn't really get all the colors out because I had a lot of brown colors in my hair, and yeah, that meant most of it became a little bit orange. But it worked with the pink. It made it like pink towards peach. So I would say it kind of worked. I will say between 60 to 65. I'm not sure here anymore. But I've gained back kilos. I've started gaining a little bit more confidence again. I've started feeling better mentally and all of that. Still not super stable, but feeling better. Not having as much anxiety. Actually starting to work a lot more on my social anxiety and feeling more like better and better in all the different areas of life. And I would say here I look so much healthier than back. And then we have a little bit of bonus. In the last video when I showed the snake and everything, I was talking about how the other snake I had bit me. And this is the aftermath. Do they have more teeth up or down? I'm not sure. Oh well, it's one jaw and the other jaw over the arm, like they really open their mouth. Hop. So yeah, I found those pictures and I was like, yeah, I can show it. This is when my old snake bit me. So this is kind of the same light setting, I would say. I guess it's a little bit hard to compare. I think I'm also a little bit sunburned here. I'll have a little bit more color in my face for once. For once in my life, I have some color in my face. Kind of look the same, but I know it's a couple of kilos of difference. I'm gonna guess through these pictures that I don't really start putting on a lot of weight in my face until I start hitting a certain point. Because if I'm around 53 to 55 kilos here, and here I'm probably 60 kilos towards 63. This is like the end of all the pictures I found in the hard drive. Pretty much the end of 2015. It's 5 years ago. This is 5 years ago. It's been so many things to learn, like how to work out and how to build muscles and how to have a healthy mindset about all this, and to actually view food in a certain way. Like there's so many things that I've had to relearn and learn new things about, and like twist it around a little bit and like, oh, it's not actually like this, it's like this. Oh my god. So it's been a long journey to actually get to this healthy place. back then I was one of those people that really went for the whole, there should be a really easy way, I just need to lose weight. One thing that still circulates a lot, but even more so back then, was the fact that, okay, eating 1,200 calories or 1,000 or even under 1,000 calories is a sure way to go to lose weight. And yeah, it's true in one way, but it's also so extremely mentally taxating, and it's also so extremely bad for your body. Like, yeah, you can do it like 1 day, 2 days, not more than 1 week. Absolutely not. It's not good for your body to go too long with that kind of extreme dieting. It's really more to it than just going on a diet and then thinking everything is just fine. It's usually a little bit more complicated than that, but I was back then one of those people that wanted the easy way out. I never really did go on a specific diet. I just focused a lot on the fact that, okay, cut out candy, chips, soda, like a lot of snacks. Don't eat so much fast food, or don't eat fast food at all pretty much, and cut down on calories a lot, and maybe at least take some walks. So yeah, I really didn't know much back then. But in the beginning it did work. I did lose the weight, and I was young and healthy back then also, so it was easier. But what I do feel that I have learned a lot since back in the days towards today is, with all of these things that have been happening and all of these things that I've gone through, I do feel being stressed or doing extreme diets or being sick to lose weight or doing like all of these weird things, it's not worth it. It actually feels a lot better to work out. I've actually come to the point where I really appreciate working out because I do feel so much better. I feel stronger, I feel happier, I do feel a lot less like tired or sad or having mood swings. Or even now when it's like wintertime, before I was always so down and about and having that typical winter depression. I don't have that nowadays. It has actually kind of disappeared. I don't feel sad, tired or winter depressed when it's like it's super dark now. Like now in December here at 2 o'clock the sun already are setting and disappearing, and it becomes really dark outside, and I don't feel sad because of that. I don't feel sad because of this darkness. Now I've learned all the things I kind of need to do and the things I need to eat and focus on to just keep on feeling happy, and I've learned a lot of mental stuff too, how to work with my mental stability and all of that. So yeah, this journey has been long and a lot of things have happened, and I've learned so much from it. I've become a really strong mental person, and I do feel if I'm gonna compare to back then to now, I'm in a very, very healthy place. Comparing more to my past, it's like I hated myself so much when I was young. Now I do actually love myself a lot. I do really appreciate myself and the things I've learned and the person I've become now. I was young, I hated how I looked, and now I've learned a lot about working out, eating healthy and all of these things, and actually learned more and more about makeup and a little bit about taking care of my skin and a little bit of this and that. More so also having confidence and show a little bit of confidence and all of these things. And when I was young I also hated how I looked. Now I actually do think I look pretty good. I actually do. Like even if I gained weight, I still felt like I did look pretty good. I was just not really comfortable in my body, but I was just dead set on like, okay, when I start to feel better, when I get the right medicine and everything, and when things start to actually work like a little bit more towards a normal body again, I will start working out, and I will actually try to focus on this whole thing of making it a routine and getting interested in more in going to the gym and doing workouts and all of this. And it's been quite fun, and I do feel a lot better with it, and it feels really good to come to a point in your life when you're actually less stressed and you have a better attitude towards things and you feel more happy and content, and you feel like I actually feel kind of smart today compared to back then, and I feel a lot calmer and grown up and being more able to handle all of these things. I still got tons of stuff to learn. I'm not sure if I actually got the point through with all of this. I was trying to focus mostly on my weight and looks and talking about the mental state of that. I'll just end this talk here. I'm hoping it made sense. I'm hoping what I've cut out kind of tells a little bit of a story. Maybe there's bits and pieces missing. Maybe some things were a bit confusing. I will probably be very confused when I edit this. If you did make it to the ending and watched through the whole video, thank you very much. If you did like the video or anything in the video, please press the thumbs up, it really helps the channel. And in the comment section below, do ask me questions or tell me about your story. Do you also have similar experiences to all of this? Do you also have a similar experience where in the past you behaved a certain way or thought a certain way or had an attitude a certain way, and now towards today you have changed that, or it has changed by itself? Do write about it in the comment section below. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and feel like you wanna join me or us in the journey and have discussions about these things, or watch a lot of gameplay, I do a lot of gameplay. The gameplay area has started to progress more and more, so it will become a lot of more gameplay videos in the future. So yeah, if you wanna join this community, watch gameplay, talk about weight and philosophy and the psychology, feelings and all of that, and I will also post a little bit of creation and art. So if you want to join us and join all of this, please press the subscribe button, and if you want notifications on my videos, press that bell button. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great week. Then on Friday we have Fun Friday video, and on Sunday we will have a Scary Sunday video. And for these videos, Wednesdays we work, I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye bye.